Looking for a more innovative way to pay? One with the intent of saving and living debt-free? Introducing LayUp, a simple, smart payment solution changing how South Africa does lay-bys. With LayUp, you can unlock a world of flexibility in your payments. Best of all, LayUp is free to use with no interest charged. That's right, no hidden fees, no extra costs, just easy lay-by payments tailored to you. LayUp, simple, smart payments for a new Africa.
I'm chatting to Andrew Katzwinkel, who's joining us here on eRadio today to talk about LayUp. And Andrew is the founder and CEO of LayUp. So today we put LayUp in the spotlight, and Andrew's going to tell us all about it. Andrew, welcome here to eRadio.
Thank you. Thank you very much for having me. Great to be here.
So, Andrew, what inspired you to create LayUp, and how did the idea for Save Now, Buy Later come about?
Sure. So this has been a project that I've been working on for a better part of 7 years, and it really stems from the massive affordability issue that we have in South Africa. So I was in my young 20s. I wasn't able to get credit. I would apply and just get declined. And I thought that there was a better way to be able to make larger purchases through a save now, buy later approach. So essentially what that is the ability to secure a product and spread the cost over a period of time, interest free. There's no credit checks, and it's a very flexible way to make purchases that ultimately when you don't have the full amount of money upfront.
Yeah. And I mean, it's so convenient. How would you say how's LayUp different from other payment solutions? What makes it all a game changer for consumers and merchants?
So it's really maybe the approach that we've taken around building the technology. So what has been part of our ethos from day dot was really making the lives of consumers and businesses more efficient. So on the business side, we're making it automated, digitized, and centralized for their world. And by doing so, it enables then their customers to be able to make these interest-free payments from the comfort of their home, to be updated, and just really have a great customer experience throughout that payment plan journey. So no longer are the days where a consumer has to travel back to the store in order just to make a payment, or they have to remind themselves. This is a fully automated system that communicates between the business and their customer in a very efficient manner.
All right, and what challenges did you face while you were building and setting up LayUp, and how did you overcome them?
So, I mean, there's a host that I can think about. It's really been a roller coaster kind of journey. Some massive highs, some massive lows. But I think the thing that comes to mind is really being committed in the project, seeing out the low times that sometimes can make people want to give up or quit, and just powering through. So the commitment is kind of the first step that you have to have within your founding team and the group of people that you bring on, the early employees and staff that you bring on into the company. Probably out of inception, it really became, how do we raise the capital? How do we raise the capital to be able to scale this business and build up the technology? And that can also be a very lengthy, difficult process. And we were very fortunate enough, especially in a tough economic time, it was the COVID period, to be able to find the right investor party that could incubate our idea, test it in the market, and give us the capital that we needed to execute on the strategy.
All right. And then, I mean, LayUp promotes a debt-free lifestyle. Why is that such an important mission, especially in our South African market?
Yeah, for a host of reasons. So if you look at some of the macroeconomics that we've identified in the country, is that more than 60% of the adult workforce are locked out of the economy, therefore cannot access credit solutions. That amount equates to about 25 million people. That's an astonishing number. Versus the active credit users in this economy being around 6.5 million active credit users. So the pool of opportunity is vastly greater within the non-creditworthy consumer base. And therefore, we've saw that as a problem that needed to be solved, because we can now provide them an interest-free, low-risk payment plan that allows them to be able to make those purchases without going into unwarranted debt. And that's our mission, is creating a new way for consumers to buy without credit.
Okay, and then what role do you think fintech will play in promoting financial inclusion, and how is LayUp contributing to this vision?
So massively. Financial services should have a component of how do we make this ethical? How do we not hide our T's and C's and lure people into situations that are very difficult to get out of? And our approach is kind of taking that into account. So what we do is that we advocate that a consumer uses a save now, buy later approach over taking it on credit. This means that they learn to systematically save for something worthwhile on the horizon without going into unwarranted debt. This has a host of benefits. It creates an educational aspect of teaching young consumers that are just getting into the workforce that can't access credit a way to now manage their money more responsibly. And therefore, be wary of those debt traps that can pop in throughout your life.
And what impact, Andrew, has LayUp had on consumers and businesses so far? Can you maybe share some of your success stories with us?
Yeah, I think we've made some good headway. We definitely are still at our infancy in terms of where we want to go. But we've been able to be the first company to digitize this process in the country. We've got thousands of businesses from e-commerce and in-store retailers. We've diversified into other verticals like travel and medical. And therefore, I think what we've done for businesses is we've added value into their world by being able to serve a consumer that previously they could not serve. From a consumer perspective, that consumer now gets access to products and to businesses that previously they couldn't. And by doing so, they're able to make those purchases. If it's a new investment in a bed or if it's an upgrade on a couch, they're able to make that purchase, now get access to those brands that previously were only offering credit or full payment options. And that's the host of benefits that we provide both to merchant and consumer.
Now, for people wondering how exactly LayUp works, can you explain it to us, and also the benefits it offers to customers?
Sure. So it's a super simple process. I was explaining the consumer side. There's instant checkout. You're only required to add your South African registered telephone number. You'll be verified to confirm that it is who you say you are, and then you'll be able to proceed onto checkout. So less than 60 seconds, no credit checks, no invasive information, and you've now secured your product. You'll be required to put some kind of small down payment in order to activate and confirm that is the product that you want. And then you'll have a period of time to spread that cost over that period of time. So all those payments are interest-free. You can make ad hoc payments when and how you want to, and you can complete your plan and get your goods whenever you would like. So the flexibility is phenomenal. Another thing to add is that if you change your mind and you decide, oh, I want something else, or I would like to invest the money somewhere else, you're able to do so, create a cancellation, and get a full refund. So the host of benefits are very strong for a consumer. And then from a business perspective, a business will either integrate with us online in the e-commerce environment, and that can be simply through a plugin. We're across all the major e-commerce platforms, Shopify, WooCommerce, and Magento, or a business can integrate via APIs, and that will be for a larger type business. So by doing so, they've created now the offering to those customers that allows them to serve a much wider market.
It almost sounds too good to be true. I almost want to ask you, are you serious? Yeah,
No,
I think that's brilliant.
100%. I'm 100% serious. What we've done is we've really advanced a widely used payment method in the market called LayUp. This payment method's been around since the 1950s, and many consumers love to buy in this way. And we've just taken it that couple steps further, added technology, created efficiencies, streamlined the process, and by doing so, we've made the lives for millions of South Africans that much more secure, trusted, and reliable. That's great and friendly to use. So we still got a long way to go, but we feel like we've made some good headway, and super in love with what we do on a daily basis.
I can hear that passion in your voice. Very important. From a business kind of perspective, Andrew, as CEO, how do you foster a culture of innovation within LayUp, and what keeps your team motivated?
So what comes to mind is inclusivity. What I really try to do as a leader is create an inclusive environment and bring, from a support agent to someone that's maybe not always involved in a certain decision making, and bring them in, communicate with them, get their buy-in, because by doing so, you're going to get buy-in from the rest of your team, and everything will follow from there. So definitely inclusivity, and then just creating a culture where we know that this is a startup world, that we go-getters, and actually each and every single employee is an entrepreneur in their own case. It could be an entrepreneur within their department, whatever department that they're part of or running, and where can they innovate within those environments? And there's just so many things when you really create that type of culture. What gets uncovered, who's coming up with these ideas, and a lot of the time these ideas are brilliant ideas that we go to market with or implement.
Now, looking ahead, Andrew, what trends in the payment space do you see shaping the future, and how is LayUp preparing for those changes?
Well, what we're embarking on going now at the end of the year and going into 2025 is that there's going to be this massive wave of change over the next 5 years up into 2030. So we're really at a very exciting precipice within South Africa or Africa as a whole. A massive wave of new consumers coming into the market, a digital age, and we want to stay at the forefront of that. So we think that there's going to be major change and enhancements that come through the financial services sector. One of the exciting new payment methods that we've seen over the course of the year is PayShap or rapid payments. And this is a great payment method to introduce into our world, for example, because it makes it very affordable, it makes it real time, it's convenient for the end user, and these users can use our technology in this payment method, which is just phenomenal in multiple ways.
And then finally, Andrew, what advice would you give aspiring entrepreneurs, especially those looking to innovate, and especially in fintech?
Yeah, sure. I think I've got still a long way to be able to give advice onto young entrepreneurs, but I think that I felt that I worked on quite early on in my startup career was that belief and that commitment of getting up off your chair and getting the work done. I think you have to be very thick-skinned. You've got to be able to see the future and stick it out. So it all takes that first action step. And there's so many great ideas there, but some people are considering, what is the risk attached? How am I going to go about this? Where am I going to raise capital? How am I going to find a co-founder? And ultimately, you can talk around a boardroom table for as long as you want, but the thing that is going to be the catalyst is the action steps. So getting off your chair, rolling up your sleeves, and getting the work done.
Exactly. And those are the wise words of the founder and CEO of LayUp, Andrew Katzwinkel, who joins us today here on eRadio. Go and check out the website and see for yourself. Life-changing stuff. layup.co.za. Andrew, thank you so much for joining us today and telling us more about this wonderful invention of yours. And well done.
Thank you. Thank you very much for having me. Fantastic to be here. And we will chat soon. Thank you.
Thanks so much.
LayUp is a credit-free payment solution designed to give you control of your spending and by default, saving. Secure your item today. We keep it safe until your payments are complete. Whether shopping online or paying in store, LayUp simplifies this for. Simply select LayUp at checkout, say goodbye to interest charges, and hello to a better way to pay. Visit layup.co.za to learn more. LayUp, a better way to pay.